Good morning. Thank you for joining me. And today we're going to work on our mind, body, and spirit. We're going to start with setting our intention. It's the month of March, so I'd like to think about the shamrock and faith, love, and hope, and enjoy the great outdoors while we're at it. So let's start with that, setting our intention. Just taking a few moments. Slowly bring yourself back to the present. And we can start with our warm-ups. Setting our mind in place. We can breathe in for a count of 4, and hold for a count of 4, breathe out for a count of 4, and hold for a count of 4, and then repeat. And we'll do that cycle 4 times. Start breathing in. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, release. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Again. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, release. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Third time, breathing in. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, release. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. One more time. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now we'll do some warm-ups, and I'm going to go back to the chair behind us. Then you can see the full body movement, but because of the miking, I'm going to instruct you from here and then go and demonstrate back there. So we're going to start with some neck rolls. Breathing in, lift the chin to the side, to the shoulder, and breathe out, chin to chest. Breathe in, chin to the other shoulder. Breathe out, chin to chest. And we'll do that a few times over there. Okay, just a moment. Next, let's work on what we call bird dog, and it will be sitting up straight, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, knees over ankles, and then extending first the leg long, pointing the toes to the sky, and pressing the heel to the ground. And then extending the left arm out, fingers flared wide, shoulders back. Again, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, knees over ankles. Make sure that at least that one left knee is over the ankle, and that will help us maintain our balance and our posture. And then we will bring the elbow to knee, breathing out, tightening the tummy, So breathe in to extend and breathe out to tighten the tummy. Okay? Let's do that for a count of 4 on each side. So that's some good stretching movement and breath work. Thank you for doing that with me. Now we're going to move into what we call a sun salutation. So we will sit up tall, pardon me. So we'll be sitting in extended mountain and go drop downward, bringing the arms down and breathing out to a forward fold. Hinge at the hips. Fingers to the floor if you can. Breathe in to a half lift, strong flat back. Breathe out to a forward fold again, hinge at the hips. And breathe in, circle sweep the arms back up to extended mountain, fingers flared wide, shoulders dropped. And then release. And we'll do that 8 times. Thank you for joining me for that sun salutation. Now we're going to move into some warrior poses. And we can start with what I like to call a victory pose and a horse. We can go back and forth between victory and horse for a count of 8, right? thank you for joining me for that victory pose and horse pose, alternating. Hopefully I did a count of 16 total, if you count each movement. And now we will move into side position. So we sit on the side of the chair with our ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, knees over ankles, knees spread about hip width apart. You can take 2 fists between your knees if you're not sure what that looks like. And then breathe in, lift the chin, breathe out, release the tension. And then I'll demonstrate from there. But what I like to do is have the right knee first in front, both palms behind the knee, then take the left knee and bring it kind of angular downward, press the toes upward, push into the ground with the ball of the foot, and then press back as far as you can. Most people get to about lengthening the upper thigh to a perpendicular position with the ground, and then the calf is parallel to the ground. So I will demonstrate that for you on either side. And we'll hold for a few breaths on each side. Thank you for joining me. That does a lot to stretch the thighs and help us to improve posture, improve blood flow, and there's even a bit of a hip flexor there. I think we did more of the hip flexor type with the victory pose and the horse pose. But let's move forward to balancing poses. If you'd like to join me, we will work on a tree. And for the sake of those who really need the chair exercises, again, we like to use a chair that, if you notice, does not have armrests. That way we can sit on either side. You can do many of the exercises with armrests, but not all of them. So I highly recommend a chair like this one. Then, let's see. We will stand on the side of the chair, placing one hand on the back of the chair and placing the foot closest to the chair firmly into the ground, and then we will lift the chair, lift the foot that's furthest from the chair, and bend the knee. We'll start with a center lift, bending the knee up. Hopefully you can make it up to hip height, but if you can't, that's fine. Lift your knee as high as you can, and then we'll breathe in as we lift the knee and breathe out to release and place the foot back on the ground. We'll do that 3 times. And if you like, you can follow my demonstration where I'll also bring the knee out to the side, and that's what's actually a tree position. So I'll demonstrate that, and please follow along. Very good. So now we're going to do some cool down exercises and maybe do some tummy tighteners before we end with another moment of silence, setting our intention. So now I'd like to do some stretching. Like I said, we'll sit back in the chair and then extend the arms outward, interlace the fingers in front, and breathe in, lift the chin, breathe out to tuck the chin and tighten the tummy. So I'll show you how that's done, and then we'll follow with some chair bridges. Thank you for working with me on some stretches and tummy tighteners. And now we're going to once again return to our intention. For myself, it's thinking of the shamrock in the month of March. And faith, hope, and love. The beautiful sunrise. The lovely birds outside. Thank you for joining me. See you later.